Hello, everyone, and welcome to Issues in Education at Morningside College. I'm Barb Shones, and I'm the Assistant Academic Coordinator for Issues in Education. I am also an instructor in the course. I may be your instructor, but I may not. There are other instructors. We have a cadre of amazing people teaching this course who are all dedicated to helping you be as successful as possible in meeting the student learning outcomes. What I'd like to accomplish in this video is to give you some background information about the basis upon which this course was built and the background for some of the activities and assignments in which you will be engaging. The graduate student outcome that is most related to this course is, and I'll read it to you from the graduate catalog, to use critical thinking skills to evaluate trends and issues in education. And that really does sum up what this course is about. All of us use the term critical thinking as if we all agree on what the definition is. And I'd like to spend a few moments talking about the definition of critical thinking that applies most to this course. So, a critical thinker is a person who uses higher order thinking and reasoning to solve authentic problems. So, the problems that you face in your school district are the problems that are the authentic problems. They matter to you and they matter to your students. As you navigate the course, you're going to see that the issues that we cover in this course and that you're going to delve into are the issues that you deal with in your districts. So, one of the purposes of this course is to help you delve deeply into those issues by reading a variety of articles, research, to improve your understanding of those issues and formulate your opinions about them. So a critical thinker uses higher order thinking and reasoning to solve authentic problems. The informed learner relies on literacies that require them to find, navigate through, evaluate, and create meaning out of information from multiple formats. In this course, you're going to be watching some videos. You're going to be reading issues from the Kuntz textbook. You're going to be reading additional articles that are provided for you in the course, as well as doing your own literature searches, so that you're going to have to learn how to navigate through them efficiently, how to evaluate them critically, and then after you've done that, how to create meaning from the information that you've read, and so that you can solve the problems. A creative learner knows how to develop those critical ideas and create relevant products by using inventive thinking. Sometimes I think what happens is that we are tempted to look at a bunch of information, read it, and then pile it all together and say, these are all the things that I found. I found all these things out. But by doing that, you don't challenge yourself to develop a deeply well thought out solution or position. So what you end up with at the end is just a pile of stuff, a pile of information. It's kind of like the old-fashioned research paper where your teacher may have said to you, I want you to find out everything you can about the German invasion of Poland. Okay, so you find out everything that you can and you report it out, you write it out. But you haven't developed a position, you haven't developed a foundational understanding, because all your purpose was at that point was to find out everything you can. So you have a bunch of facts piled together. That's not what this course is about. This course is to use critical thinking and dig into those issues so that you can create new ideas from that information that will help solve authentic problems in the field of education. So we're after the goal of applying the knowledge that you have uncovered in order to reach a common goal or create a new product. So the course goals, the student learning outcomes that we have for issues in education are based upon those critical thinking skills. And you'll see in the course documents that the student learning outcomes or objectives that we have for issues in ed apply critical thinking, that's just what we talked about, to the opinions and statements that you read and hear. So rather than just reading them to gather information, you're going to think critically about them. Using that information, that new knowledge that's available in the research, to prepare a personal resolution. And that's going to happen by challenging assumptions, by deciding what you can accept or not accept from a writer or the research. Can you accept their argument? Can you accept their assumption? Can you accept their suggestions at the end or not? What questions are raised after you've read the research and uncovered that new knowledge? You're going to synthesize your own positions by reviewing all that research and then clarifying and understanding your own values and how they apply to the current situation. You're going to spend time learning how to conduct a disciplined inquiry so that you will learn how to conduct a solid review of the literature, analyze all the literature that you have read, and then finally come up with your own personal thesis after reading that. The end goal, the real end objective, is that you will develop those skills necessary to become leaders of change in your districts. If you want to have a sphere of influence and broaden that sphere of influence, you need to have the skills of critical thinking, solid research, and the ability to take that research after you've analyzed it and create your own thesis and your own suggestion for moving forward. So you'll be using your skills of analysis of data, review and critique of literature, composition of a succinct, solid thesis that's built off of the reasoning that you create from your literature review. And then to propose a plan that can be a catalyst for school-wide reform efforts in your district. Many students in the past have been able to take their final projects in this course, present them to their district lead teams, administrators, and have them adopted as the plan that the district will use for their reform efforts in that particular area. That's a powerful plan. That's a powerful result. We want what happens in this course to outlast the course. We want you to be able to use it in the future to really make significant changes. So that's the foundation upon which the activities in this course are built. The activities are always held against that yardstick, if you will, of developing critical thinkers and those skills that are involved in true critical thinking. Let's talk a bit now about the actual course makeup. You're going to find the important documents, the syllabus, the assignment schedule, rubrics, etc., in the in a folder at the top labeled Important Course Information. Go there as soon as you've watched this video, and you'll be able to see all the assignments, the rubrics, etc. Each section of the course includes issue articles that you will read from the text, as well as additional sources. You will read and study all of those. The course is divided into 3 major themes, and you're allowed plenty of time to delve deeply into each of those themes. The journal assignments are meant to help you organize your thinking. The journal prompts will help you to think through the information that you've read up to that point and start helping you to reflect on it and to get a foundation for what your thesis may end up being, what your idea of that issue is. And so devote the amount of time necessary for those journals, because you'll be able to refer back to those when you write your review and analysis reports for each of those 3 theme areas. So take the advantage of those journals to use them as your thought guides and your thinking guides. The forums are designed to further your understanding by reading the perspectives of others and checking to see what do they think and how can that maybe shape my information or my position as well. Make sure that you check the prompt for each forum so that you know what you need to be responding to. You'll need to post your own original prompt or original post, respond to at least 2 other students' posts, and then toward the end of 1 week's period of time, take a look at what the comments are that others have posted to you and then respond back to them. That's what makes it a discussion. Each review and analysis assignment has a link to the rubric. So do all the other assignments. And so be sure to become familiar with those rubrics so that you make sure that all the components are in your reports. Stay current with assignments so that you don't fall behind. It's a rigorous course, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind. I think that it's important to remember that you need to communicate with your instructor if something happens that's going to create your assignment to be late. If you have an emergency, please remember to contact your instructor and let them know. They will keep you informed about what's going on in the course, but it's your responsibility to communicate those kinds of things to them. Also, be sure to check your Morningside email. That's how your instructors will communicate with you. And so be sure that you check that daily or very frequently for sure. The next thing you should do now is take a look at that course information folder so that you're familiar with those documents. Make sure you have all the text that you need. You will see PowerPoints in the sections that will refer to the literacy or the review of the literature text, and then pages linked to those PowerPoints. It is your responsibility to preview the PowerPoints and to read those chapters, because they will help you build your skills in not only writing a literature review toward the end of the course, but also to write really well-constructed discussions of the issues. So pay close attention to those and take the responsibility to use the text as it's associated with those PowerPoints. I wish you the best of luck. I know that you will find the course challenging, but extremely interesting, and that by the end of this course, you will have a well-developed understanding of many of the major issues that we are facing right now in education. Enjoy the course.